Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well, thank you for joining me. You know, it's very important to understand that under the guise of Great Britain, under the guise of Parliament, Westminster and everything else, little by little our country, England, Scotland, Wales, no matter where you are, is being carved away at piece by piece by repeated legislation, and also giving away cooperation and operation of certain sectors of our country. I mean, when I say our country, I mean England, but it may mean something different depending on where you're watching it from, to a foreign power, in this case the European Union. Now, if we go back to Brexit, if we go all the way back to those days, I voted to leave the European Union. Now, in my mind, trading with Europe and the countries within Europe, fine. I don't believe they should be the priority, but fine. Political say and political control over what happens in my country, England, not fine. Those are my values, those are what I decided at the time, and those are what I stick to now. Over on my Rumble channel a few days ago, I did a video and I mentioned the word treason. I mentioned the word treason for a very, very valid reason. And at the time, nobody was talking about this. They're talking about it now. On the 19th of May, there's going to be a meeting with Starmer and his various EU chums to discuss various things. And one of the things that's on the table is all to do with our military, all to do with our intelligence sharing, all to do with our defence. And when you look at the information, I've already found a 60-page PDF hiding in plain sight on this, on the government's own website. It's very, very frightening what Starmer intends to sign over to the EU. If you look at the situation in our country at the moment, where we've got soldiers leaving hand over fist because they won't fight for him, we've got massively low numbers compared with historical figures, and only about a third of that is deployable. We are in a bad situation, folks. I want to refer you to this tweet that's come out from June Slater, and she did an accompanying video on it, and I'll leave it in the description below because she goes into far more detail than I do, or I can, and in it she goes through each point in turn of what exactly Starmer intends to do with regard to our military, our defence, our intelligence sharing, and how he wants to intertwine it even more with the European Union. This can't be allowed to happen. What we must do as a collective is share this information literally everywhere. Everybody needs to know this. This is the kind of thing, when you talk about things like what's a woman or what's Charlie had for breakfast, it's these things that get slid under the doormat. They're important. People need to know about them. As I said, it can't be allowed to happen. That means everything is, you know, wrong. Starmer, quite obviously, and it's self-evident, wants to intertwine us back into the EU as fast as possible, thereby betraying that vote in 2016, 9 years ago now. And he will do it if people aren't aware of what's going on. Now, there is a very simple solution to all of this. I'm not going to say it in this video because I've said it a few times already, but there is. But for now, share this, get the information out there, and make sure people are aware of exactly what's going on. That's it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, folks. And as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.